Hi guys, good morning and thank you for joining us. We are streaming live from Two Health Apps Hub here in Sofia, and today we're going to talk about juicing versus smoothing versus blending. And we are also going to make one of Two Health Apps' amazing winter detox juice recipes with pumpkins. So stay with us, we are going to do this at the end of the session today. Now, juicing and blending are the two main ways that people usually choose when they need a little bit of detox. Juice fast, smoothie diet, smoothie fast are very fashionable right now. Everybody does it from time to time or all the time. But which one you would choose depends on your goals, depends on what you are aiming to obtain as a final product, as a final result. And today we are going to go through the pros and cons of both methods, and hopefully we will help you choose the one that works best for you. Now let's start with juicing. When we are juicing, the machine extracts the water and 70% of the nutrients that the product, the fruit or the veggie, it doesn't matter, that the product obtains and has in it. But we leave behind the pulp, which means that we also leave behind the fiber. Now, fiber can be very, very healthy for us, especially for our digestive system. It is also healthy because it slows down the absorption of sugars, but unfortunately, it also slows down the absorption. Today I'm a little bit sleepy, sorry guys. It also slows down the absorption, this is a very hard word, of nutrients. So when consuming smoothies, we are not really obtaining, not really absorbing the whole amount of nutrients. But when we are consuming juices, we are having it all. We are consuming it all, and we are absorbing 100% of the nutrients that the product has in it. And juices are also a great way to fill serious nutrition gaps in your diet. As when we are juicing, we usually use a bigger amount of vegetables and fruits, much bigger than when we are smoothing. For instance, if you were to make a cucumber smoothie, you would put maybe not more than one cucumber, and then you will start adding things that will make your drink become a real smoothie, that will make it become a little bit thicker. You would add bananas, water, any type of extra ingredients such as powder or nuts. But when we are juicing, in order to make a cucumber juice, you would usually have to use at least 5 cucumbers. So you use a lot more than when smoothing. And usually less people are really into veggies and greens. If you're one of those people that are not really keen on those healthy stuff, juicing is a perfect way to consume all the minerals, all the vitamins, all the nutrients that those veggies and greens contain. And also juices are a very healthy and very delicious way to do this. You don't have to eat thousands of salads, you just need your I don't know, maybe 200 or 500 milliliters of daily juice, and you have it all. Then, of course, I have to make a note here. When we are juicing, as I said, we use a bigger variety and bigger amount of produce, which means that juices have a lot of carbs and a lot of sugars in a smaller amount of liquid. So my advice would be just consume your juice with any type of food that it's not rich in carbs or sugars. So don't consume it with pizza, with rice, with any heavy carbs. Just consume it with a salad or a vegetarian or a vegan dish that has less carbs, and you'll be perfectly fine. Now, when we are blending, when we are making smoothies, we leave the whole amount of pulp within the drink, which means that the fiber stays, the whole amount of fiber stays within the drink. And this makes smoothies very filling and very, very powerful in terms of energy. They are a powerful source of pure natural energy, especially if you add any extra ingredients, any extra superfoods such as spirulina, maca, seeds, wheatgrass, anything that you fancy. Those extra ingredients that we cannot add in juices make smoothies even a more powerful source of energy. And smoothies are the best post and pre-workout snacks. But smoothies are also highly packed with calories. So my advice would be, don't consume smoothies as an addition to a main dish. Consume them as your main dish. For instance, smoothies are the perfect way to start your day. Just have them as your breakfast, but not as an addition to your breakfast, but as your main dish for breakfast or for lunch or for whatever time of the day you would fancy have them. So juices, as I said, you can have them with your dish, depending on the dish, of course, low carbs. But smoothies, never have them in addition to your meal. Have them as your main meal. And now, of course, we are going to make our amazing juice today. As you probably know, on 2 Health app now we have juice recipes. We are still working on new recipes, still developing recipes, but we already have 2 new recipes on 2 Health app. You can always download it and enjoy them and all of the other super healthy and delicious recipes that we have there. And today we are going to make our pumpkin magic, which is a very powerful winter detox juice. It has everything that the winter offers. It has pumpkin, it has, let me remove this, it has pumpkin, it has pomegranate, lemon, ginger, and orange. So if we have to talk about the amount, then from the pumpkin you would need a big slice of fresh pumpkin. This would be around 200-300 grams. And then you need half a pomegranate, you need 1 lemon, a little bit of ginger. It depends on how spicy you like it. But remember that ginger is very intense, so you have to be careful. Too spicy, it's never a good idea, because you will be overwhelmed by the taste of the ginger and you wouldn't be able to enjoy the rest of the ingredients. And we have 2 small oranges, or you can use 1 big orange. It depends on what you have. And basically we will put everything in the machine, and then we're gonna add a little bit of water. So let's start. It's going to be a little bit noisy. Let's start with the pumpkin first. Usually, if you have a really good machine, if you have a really good processor like mine, everything will happen quite quickly. And they usually say that smoothies are quicker than juices, but honestly I don't think so. And now while making it, I hope you can hear me. I'm going to talk about a little bit about the water or the coconut water. It depends on the recipe that I usually add to my juices. Now the juice is a very concentrated food, and sometimes it can be quite intense, especially in this case pumpkin is a very intense plant, and we have to be careful how to balance the taste of it. pure pumpkin juice, I wouldn't recommend it. That's why we are adding things. But when you put a little bit of water, just a little bit, or coconut water, then the whole taste of the juice becomes even smoother, and it's really, really tasty. So always add a little bit of, as I said, coconut water or water into your juice. I wouldn't recommend you to add any nut milks, because then it would become smoothie-like, and we are aiming to have a juice. So as you can see, everything happens really, really quickly. Now the ginger. Let me just take a spoon for the pomegranate. And then we're gonna put it in. Here it is. Now we have to wait a little bit, because I think that I put too many things at the same time, and the machine needs time to process them. And now we are going to add the water. You can always add the water after the juice is ready, but I sometimes put it in here. The water would be around 150, not more than 200 milliliters. Of course, depending on the amount of juice that you would make. Sometimes you need a little bit more, but this portion is for one person, so you wouldn't need more than 150 up to 200 milliliters. And ready. Now we have to put a little bit of something here. We don't need this water anymore. And here is the juice. We're gonna slightly mix it, so we will be able to combine everything. And look at this, how smooth, orange, and I'm sure delicious it looks. Now we need a straw, and of course I'm gonna try it as always. It's really good. The ginger is just the right amount. It's not too spicy. It's sweet, but at the same time, you can taste the lemon. And it's full, it's packed with vitamins and minerals. Less fiber, as I said, as it's a juice, but you consume 100% of the nutrients that all of those veggies and fruit contain. So thank you again for joining us. As I said, on To Health app, we now have juice recipes, so download it and enjoy them. We are posting new juice recipe every single week, usually on Monday, so stay tuned for the recipes that we are developing right now. Thank you for joining us, and see you next week for our next Facebook Live. Thank you. Bye.